All the characters in the story are over 18 years old. John and his mom had a strained relationship. Something was not going well in their family. They decided to make up and spend the evening with drinks, games, and a movie. At night, John realizes that everything has taken an unexpected turn. He took a deep breath. He's been having problems with his mom lately. They argued a lot. She drank heavily. He hoped that she would no longer pass out on the couch after drinking alcohol in large quantities. John took his backpack, locked the car, and went into the house. When John entered the house, he heard his mother shouting at him. "John, is that you? How are things at work?" "Nothing interesting. The job is like a job," John said. John's mom came out of the kitchen into the living room, which was next to the entrance. She sat down on the sofa and put her drink glass on the coffee table. Looking at her son standing next to the door, she closed her eyes and then opened them again. "Honey, we need to talk to you," John's mom said. "I agree. Well, we've been arguing a lot lately. I was very stressed and upset about work and some other things. I took it out on you, and it's unfair and wrong. I just wanted to say I'm sorry. I'll try not to do it anymore," John said. "All right, son. Mom, we both behaved very wrongly last week. I will also try to calm down and not mess with my head every time something happens." "Those are great words. I appreciate it." John's mom continued, "You know, today is Friday. Tomorrow is a day off. Why don't you and I spend the evening like we used to? Your sister won't be home. She's staying at a friend's house all weekend. She won't be home until Monday morning. We'll be alone for the next couple of days. We can have a drink and just relax tonight. How does that sound, son?" John thought about what he had planned and what he should do the next day. After a fun evening, it will be difficult for him to do anything. He'll probably just sleep all day to recover from the party with his mom. John threw his backpack into a corner and turned to his mom. "It sounds tempting. Let's do it." "Great. Why don't you go take a shower and change into your work clothes? When you're ready, come downstairs and we'll have a drink." John went up the steps to his room and said, "I'll be back in a few minutes." John took a shower and changed into his home clothes. He put on a clean t-shirt and sweatpants and headed downstairs. When he entered the living room, his mom was sitting on the couch watching TV. It looks like she also decided to wear something more comfortable for the night. John saw a large bottle of whiskey, various snacks, cans of Coca-Cola, and glasses that were on the coffee table. "Wow, it looks like we have our own mini bar in the living room," John said. "I just brought more of everything so that we don't have to get up too often. It's much easier to just reach out and pour another glass than to go to the kitchen for a new portion every time," John's mom replied. "I agree. Good decision, Mommy. Sit here next to your mother. Tell me, how are your relationships with the girls going?" John's mom asked inquisitively. Her eyebrow rose slightly after she asked this question. "There are no girls I like who would like to date me, if that's what you're asking," John replied. "I haven't been able to find a girl for myself for quite a long time, probably 4 months already." "Yes, you'll find someone. Any girl would be lucky to have you, son." "Yeah, well, Mom, tell me too," John said. "Are you ready to watch the movie now?" "Well, first I think about something else. Let's play a game called Bottle. Who gets to drink a glass of alcohol? We'll make each couple of turns with a bottle. It will relax us both, and it will be more fun. What do you think?" John's mom asked. John thought for a minute and said to his mother, "Why not? I'm not doing anything tomorrow. We can spend the whole day together tomorrow and recuperate. Let's get to the party." John opened a new bottle of whiskey and placed it in the middle of the coffee table. In front of each of them were 2 glasses filled to the brim. The amber-tinged liquid promised a fun night, but tomorrow would surely be a wild hangover. "Are we sitting well?" John's mom asked. John looked at his mom, took a deep breath and said, "Let's go to the bottom." They both reached for their glasses and swallowed the contents poured into them. They looked at each other and laughed. Both blushed from drinking whiskey and narrowed their eyes. "I haven't done this for a long time. Wow, I feel warm in my stomach. So, are we tossing a coin?" "Who makes the first guess?" asked John. "Well, the older ones are beautiful. I think they asked the first question first," Mom replied. "Come on, Mom. You're beautiful." "Thank you, son. I always love young people who compliment me. What can I say?" "So let's start with the question. When was the last time you were with a girl?" John's mom asked. Well, the last time I dated a girl was 4 months ago. So, I think it's 5 months now. Thank you for reminding me of that, John replied. John's mom laughed at her son's response and made John laugh too. She cared, and she seemed genuinely interested in his personal life. It was easy to talk to Mom when she wanted to talk about it. John took a bottle of whiskey and poured another one. Here we go to the second round. From the bottom up, said John. They drank again. John's mom smiled. She put down her second shot glass, now empty. Come on, answer the question. When was the last time you had a man? John asked. The embarrassment over this issue was drowned out by alcohol. Well, since your father and I divorced, I haven't seen any men. I think men don't like me very much, John's mom sighed. That's right, and I thought that my 5 months were torture for me. It's hard for everyone to find someone special, especially when you've been married to the same man for so long. When a marriage breaks up, you're left to pick up the pieces and try to figure out what's going to happen next in your life. Maybe I'm just not ready to find another man right now, she said. Let's have a drink. This is becoming an ordeal for me. She looked in John's direction. Mom raised her glass in front of her and said, I hope everything changes soon. She tilted her head back and emptied her glass of whiskey. God forbid, said John, swallowing the whiskey. Alcohol began to do its job. He didn't feel any pain. His head was swimming a little, but it felt great. He hadn't drunk that much in a long time. John looked at his mother and said nothing. After a minute, John thought about it and said, I'm ready, Mommy. Before he started climbing, Mom stopped him by telling him, Okay, let's have another drink, Mom said. They drank whiskey. John could barely feel the effects of alcohol. His mind was swimming, trying to figure out what was going on with his mom tonight. Everything turned into an unfamiliar situation. He no longer knew what to do or what to expect. Okay, that's enough, son, she announced. Let's find a movie to watch. Why don't you find a movie for us to watch? I need to get out. I'll be back. When I sat down on the couch, I looked at my mom. She looked really good for her age. At 45, she was still attractive, in his opinion. When John was sitting on the couch, she looked in his direction. What are you looking at? John's mom asked playfully. It doesn't matter, Mommy. I found a movie for us, John replied. John's mom turned on the TV and looked through the list of movies until she found the one they were going to watch. When the movie started and the opening credits started rolling across the screen, John's mom poured whiskey. They both drank and refilled before leaning back on the couch. The film was a thriller. Do you like what you see? Yes, very much, John said. There is nothing wrong with a man and a woman expressing love for each other. They couldn't help themselves and made love. John sat and looked at his mother. She looked comfortable and completely satisfied. It was amazing, son. John decided to take another chance. Things were going so well. He didn't think his mom would mind going further. John closed his eyes. He had never felt happier than at that moment. Of course, they didn't tell anyone about their secret. John never managed to find a girlfriend. That's why he lived with his mom for a few more years.